So for instance, if we are dealing with 26 to 75, a square of any such number, observe a pattern here. 51 is square. This is 2601. 52 square is 2704, right? 53 square, you'll have to carefully observe, is there any pattern building up? 2809 and so on. If you take up, let's say 59 is square, 3481. What do we do? How do we get the answer? Maybe if I have to find out 57 is square or 62 is square, or for that matter even 42 square. The pattern is this. If you carefully observe the number there in this first part, all these numbers are obtained by adding 25 to some number. Let's take this number 59. 59 is 50 plus 9. That 9 is that code number, is the essence, is the driving number here. 9 is square, you take it up. That is 81. This is what we have, 9 is square. How did we get that 9? This number is more than 50 by 9. And that is why this 9 square has been taken up. But how come 34? Where is that link? And that last link here. You take 5 square. That 5 square, 25. This 25 is added to 9. Finish. That's what we have, 34 there. So we can say that my number which we obtain is 25 plus 9. That's how we get the answer for numbers close to 50s. And yes, we can do that by that general method which we talked about, 5/9, that is also there. But this is also we have in terms of finding out the numbers if they are close to 50. Let's say I need to find out 57 is square. No need of pen, pencil or paper there. 57. How much more than 50 this number is? 7. 7 to obtain the first part, the first blank. That 7 has to be added to 25, 32. And the last part is 49. 3249 is the answer for 57 square. Say I need to find out 56 square. 25 plus 6, 31, 36, that's the answer we obtain. What if my number is this? A number which is less than 50, but close to 50. Let's say I have 42 square. The similar approach is applicable. It's not that we have to remember some new rule there. 42 is how much less than 50? We say that 50 minus 8. So this becomes the essence. The number 42 is 50 minus 8. That implies what we have to keep here is 8 square, which is 64. But what do we keep here in the first blank? There in the previous example we saw 25 plus, 25 plus, 25 plus 6, 25 plus 8, 25 plus 9, like that. Minus sign is there. So what we have to do now, this part, the first blank, we have to take minus. Everything else remains as it is, principle wise, as what we have taken earlier on. So this is going to be 25 minus 8. Why minus 8? Because I have minus 8 here. 1764 is the answer. Say I need to find out maybe another example, 43 square. Or what we have to think of, how much less than 50 this number is? 7. 7 square. Immediately that should flash across your mind. 49 is what we obtain. And then the first blank here, 25 minus 3 or 25 minus 7. 25 minus 7 is what we have to do here. So we say that the number, this one, 50 minus 7, so we take 7 square. So we say that this number here is 7 square, and this part is 25 minus 7, 1849. Friends, while we are solving, let's say finding out the squares of numbers in the beginning, one error, or rather one of the points which we need to be a bit careful about, especially when we are dealing with the numbers less than 50. There may be a temptation of keeping this number here as 3 square 09, and that is problematic. But now you have learned that this number to be kept here is not that last digit is square. It's basically you have to look for how much is this less than 50, and that number has to be kept, square of that number, right? So for example, I need to find out 44 square. 44 is 6 less than 50. So my last part is not 4 square, it is going to be 6 square, 36. And then you solve for the first part accordingly. So that is what we have when it comes to squares of the numbers which lie in this particular range 26 to 75. And that is what we have different approaches here. Yes, the way we have looked at it, in the same way, we do have an alternate method for finding out the squares of the numbers from maybe 76 to let's say 125. These are all different approaches we have. Anything which you really like, you can adopt that. That universal method is always there. A square, 2ab, b square. These are all different methods other than that. So this next point here is about 76 to 125. And here a similar thing will be adopted. 76 to 125. Let's see how we get the answer. Let's take a number, maybe 107 square. How much more than 100 this number is? 107, we can say that this number is 100 plus 7. So all what we have to do here, there are two blanks. The last blank, you can make a guesswork, has to be that 7 square. So this is what we get, 7 square is 49. And that first blank, what we do here, this number is added back to 7. 107 plus 7, 114. That's the answer. So if let's say I need to find out maybe another one, maybe the task is to obtain something like this, 113 square. What do we obtain here? The first blank, the second blank. This number is not 3 more than 100. This is 13. Because again, we need to be careful about starting examples here. 100 plus 13. So we have to keep 169. 13 is square. That's what we have to keep. And finally, the first blank, the number which we are dealing with, 113, that has to be added to this number 13, 126. So, do we say that this is the answer? Is that the answer which we have? We have to be careful about issues like these when they crop up. The last part, 169, we have to make it a 2-digit number. How do we know that? It has to be a 2-digit number. My base number here is 100. This 100 contains 2 zeros, and that is an indicator that my second blank will be a 2-digit number. 169 is not a 2-digit number. And we have been talking about how to convert a 3-digit number into 2-digit number, or a 3-digit number into a single-digit number. Carry forward is what we have to do here. Carry forward. That 1 is brought here. That is how we get the final answer for the number which is being talked about, and it is this. After carry forward, my answer is 12769. This is what we get for 113 square. In the same way, the way we have talked about for number, if it is more than 100, I need to find out the square of a number if it is less than 100. Will there be any drastic change in the approach? No. All we have to do here, instead of addition, all these are addition, 107 plus 7, 113 plus 13. There, for numbers less than 100, we have to subtract. Let's take an example. And the example we'll be taking will be a number less than 100. Let's see that. If we have to find out for 91 maybe something like this, 94 square. Two parts to the answer. This number we have 94 is 6 less than 100. So we keep it here, 100 minus 6. And then this number to be kept here is 94. We will not be adding 6. I have a minus sign here. 94 minus 6 is going to be kept. And finally 6 square, 36, 88. That's the answer. Let's take maybe another example, 93 square. So we have two parts here. Now without writing all that down, 100 minus 7, keep that in the mind. 7 is there. 7 square is 49. 93 minus 7. So we get the answer for this as 86. 86, 49. 8,649 is the answer for 93 square. With this, friends, this particular module, this video module, was about how we can get the answer for the squares of any number. In the other module, you will see how we can find the squares of numbers ending with 5 and 1. This was more comprehensive in nature, and that would have really helped you a lot in terms of thinking about and getting the answer for virtually a square of any number. I hope that this one would have really been very useful, with the help of which you would have learned about different concepts. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks a lot.